Welcome to a journey through the glitz and glamour of one of the most iconic figures in music history, Elvis Presley. Known as the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis wasn't just a musical pioneer. He was a trendsetter whose stage presence was as dynamic as his voice. With his charismatic performances and a unique style that blended rockabilly with the opulence of Las Vegas showmanship, Elvis left an indelible mark on the entertainment world. His fashion choices, particularly his flamboyant jumpsuits, became symbols of his era and helped define the visual aesthetics of rock music. Today, we're diving into an extraordinary piece of that stylish legacy, the tale of Elvis Presley's heaviest and most expensive jumpsuit. This wasn't just any outfit. It was a garment so lavish and weighty that it literally tipped the king over during a performance. Join us as we explore the backstory of this infamous jumpsuit, examining how its over-the-top design reflected the excesses of the era and Elvis' own larger-than-life persona, and how it ultimately impacted one of his performances in a way that no one, not even Elvis himself, could have anticipated. 5. The King's Costume Designer. Enter Bill Ballou, the creative genius behind the curtains, who played a pivotal role in crafting the visual legend of Elvis Presley. A designer with a flair for theatricality, Ballou was instrumental in shaping the iconic look that would become synonymous with Elvis' name. From the sleek black leather comeback special outfit to the resplendent jumpsuits, Ballou's designs were not just clothes. They were statements. His ability to fuse the swagger of rock and roll with the glamour of showbiz created a new visual language for music performance. As the 1970s unfolded, the style of Elvis' jumpsuits transitioned significantly, mirroring the changes in his music and the larger cultural shifts of the era. Initially simpler in design, these outfits grew increasingly ornate over the decade. Sequins, rhinestones, elaborate embroidery, and thematic symbols like the American eagle became staples of Elvis' wardrobe. Each jumpsuit was more than just a costume. It was a canvas that reflected Elvis' love for America, his sense of showmanship, and his unapologetic indulgence in luxury. Bill Ballou faced a significant challenge in this evolution. He had to balance the spectacular with the practical. While the aesthetics of each jumpsuit were paramount, they had to be wearable. This balance was crucial during live performances, where Elvis needed to move freely and comfortably. The functionality of Ballou's designs was tested in real time on stage, making each outfit a critical component of Elvis' performance. The heavier and more ornate the jumpsuits became, the more they tested the limits of practical design, leading to unforgettable moments both for their visual splendor and their physical implications for the king himself. 4. The infamous jumpsuit. The jumpsuit that takes center stage in this story was no ordinary garment. Dubbed the American Eagle, it was designed to be a showstopper, lavishly adorned and steeped in symbolism. This jumpsuit was a masterpiece of sequins, gold studs, and stones, all intricately arranged to depict an eagle, a motif representing Elvis' patriotic spirit. The suit itself was crafted from high-quality materials that added significant weight, especially with the heavy embellishments that covered it from collar to hem. These embellishments not only contributed to the visual impact of the outfit, but also to its heft and cost, making it one of the most expensive pieces in Elvis' wardrobe. The defining moment for this jumpsuit, however, was an incident that occurred during one of Elvis' performances in 1973. The jumpsuit was complemented by a cape, equally extravagant, and designed to match the suit's patriotic theme. This cape, however, was not just a simple accessory. It was a floor-length piece, laden with similar embellishments that dramatically increased its weight. During the performance, Elvis made his usual dramatic entrance with his back to the audience, planning to turn and dramatically reveal the cape's inner lining as he spread it wide. Unfortunately, the sheer weight of the cape proved too much. As Elvis swung it open, the momentum and its mass caused him to lose balance and fall backward on stage, an occurrence that stunned both the audience and the king himself. This incident starkly highlighted the practical limitations of such extravagant stage wear and prompted a revaluation of the functionality of performance costumes in Elvis' repertoire. 3. The Cape Incident. The year was 1973, and the stage was set for one of Elvis Presley's highly anticipated performances. As usual, the crowd's energy was palpable, filled with anticipation for the King's grand entrance. This particular evening was destined to be remembered, but not solely for the music. Elvis, adorned in his American Eagle jumpsuit, prepared to captivate his audience not just with his voice, but with a dramatic visual display involving the massive ornate cape that accompanied his jumpsuit. As recounted by Bill Ballou, the designer of the notorious cape, the incident unfolded in a moment that mixed spectacle with unexpected comedy. Elvis wanted the suit to say America. Ballou explained in an interview with Elvis Australia, "So I said the American Eagle. We'll do this cape, and you'll come out, you'll have your back to the audience, and you'll open it up." However, the cape, designed to be a majestic display of patriotism and flair, proved to be impractically heavy. Ballou vividly described the mishap. The cape went to Hawaii, and Elvis put the cape on, went a step forward, and fell over backward. The cape was so heavy that he couldn't walk in it. The image of Elvis, the king of rock and roll, momentarily dethroned by his own costume, became an unforgettable scene. I always carried this image of Elvis stepping forward, and then bam, laying there amongst all this cape, and I can see him howling with laughter too, Ballou added, underscoring the blend of shock and humor that marked the event. The immediate aftermath of the fall was a mixture of concern and quick thinking. Realizing the functional flaw in the design, Ballou and his team moved swiftly to rectify the situation to ensure the safety and performance ability of Elvis. I got the call that said, "Bill, the cape is great, but Elvis can't move in it." So we immediately went into production and made a short cape for him to wear for it, Ballou recalled. This quick adjustment allowed Elvis to continue his performances without further wardrobe malfunctions, maintaining the visual splendor of his attire while significantly reducing its hazard potential. This episode not only highlighted the practical limits of stage costume designs, but also showcased the responsiveness and adaptability of Elvis and his creative team in the face of unexpected challenges. 2. Elvis' preference in jumpsuits. Amidst the sea of colors and designs that marked the fashion of the 1970s, Elvis Presley often stood out in his preference for white jumpsuits during his performances. This choice was not just a matter of aesthetic preference, but was deeply rooted in practical considerations concerning stage effects and visibility. Bill Ballou, the mastermind behind these iconic outfits, shed light on why white became the signature color for Elvis on stage. In an interview, Ballou explained, "White worked best on stage because it allowed them to change the colors on him, whereas black would absorb all the color, making it hard to highlight him." This choice allowed lighting technicians to use various hues and intensities to create a dynamic visual spectacle that made Elvis not only visible but radiant under the spotlight. Elvis' fondness for his jumpsuits was evident in his repeated choice of certain designs that resonated with his personal and artistic identity. Among these, the American Eagle jumpsuit held a special place, symbolizing patriotism and a bold, regal spirit that aligned with Elvis' persona. Ballou also mentioned other favorites of Elvis, which included the intricately designed jumpsuits like the dragon suit, the peacock, and the leopard. Each of these suits featured elaborate embroidery and embellishments crafted by Jean Doucet, adding layers of complexity and grandeur to the outfits. Ballou reminisced, "I know he liked the dragon suit. I know he liked the peacock. He liked the leopard. And of course, I think his favorite was always the Aloha Hawaii suit, the American Eagle." These jumpsuits were more than just stage wear. They were extensions of Elvis' artistic expression, enabling him to project his larger-than-life image to every corner of the auditorium. Ballou captured the essence of Elvis' relationship with his wardrobe by stating, "You could be daring as a designer and put anything on Elvis, and he could make it work." and the simplest outfits that didn't seem particularly remarkable on the rack transformed into something spectacular when Elvis put them on. He was that beautiful and powerful a presence. This sentiment highlights not only the visual impact of the jumpsuits, but also their role in enhancing the magnetic allure of Elvis Presley, the performer and the icon. 1. Legacy of Elvis jumpsuits. Elvis Presley's jumpsuits are more than just pieces of clothing. They are enduring symbols of the cultural and fashion impact he had on the world. These garments stand as testament to a time when music and fashion intersected in the most flamboyant ways, pushing the boundaries of what was expected from stage attire. The legacy of Elvis jumpsuits extends beyond their visual appeal. They encapsulate a moment in history when the spirit of rock and roll was expressed not just through sound, but through spectacular visual representation. These outfits played a pivotal role in his performances, enhancing his presence and helping to cement his status as a cultural icon. The flamboyance and opulence of Elvis attire have left a lasting influence on celebrity fashion, inspiring generations of performers to embrace bold and distinctive styles as part of their public and performance personas. Bill Ballou, the designer behind these iconic creations, crafted over 100 jumpsuits for Elvis, each with its own story and significance. These outfits were carefully designed to reflect Elvis' personal tastes and the thematic needs of his performances, blending artistry with personal expression in ways that few other pieces of celebrity clothing have done. The sheer number of jumpsuits designed by Ballou speaks to the importance of these garments in Elvis' career and their role in defining his stage identity during the pivotal years from 1969 through 1977. The appeal of these jumpsuits endures, with fans and collectors around the world cherishing them as highly prized collectibles. They are sought after not only for their association with Elvis, but for their craftsmanship and the artistic detail evident in each piece. Museums, exhibitions, and auctions featuring Elvis jumpsuits draw large crowds, eager to get a glimpse of the attire that the king of rock and roll wore during his electrifying performances. This enduring fascination underscores the jumpsuit's significance as cultural artifacts, capturing the essence of Elvis' legacy and the indelible mark he left on music and fashion. Conclusion. The saga of Elvis Presley's heaviest and most expensive jumpsuit, complete with its dramatic cape, offers a vivid illustration of the intricate balance between style and functionality that defined his later career. This particular outfit, while visually stunning and emblematic of the excess and extravagance of the era, also brought to light the physical limitations of such opulent stagewear. The incident where Elvis fell over on stage, due to the overwhelming weight of his cape, underscores the tangible impacts these design choices had on his performance. Yet, this mishap also highlighted his ability to recover with grace and humor, qualities that endeared him even more to his audience. This episode did more than just provide a memorable moment in rock history. It served as a learning experience for Elvis and his team. Under the guidance of Bill Ballou and other members of his wardrobe team, adjustments were swiftly made to ensure that the functionality of Elvis's attire matched its aesthetic appeal. These adjustments not only prevented further on-stage accidents, but also allowed Elvis to continue engaging with his audiences through his dynamic performances. This adaptability was crucial in maintaining his revered status as the king of rock and roll, proving that even the challenges of a heavy costume could be managed with creativity and resilience. Reflecting on these events, it's clear that Elvis's commitment to his craft and his unshakable stage presence were supported by a team equally committed to his vision. Together, they navigated the complexities of performance art, turning potential setbacks into opportunities for innovation. In doing so, they ensured that Elvis's legacy would not just be about the music he created, but also about the groundbreaking way he presented himself to the world. Elvis's ability to blend spectacle with artistic expression through his iconic jumpsuits remains a testament to his enduring influence in the realms of music, fashion, and beyond.